law school. I'm glad
when you was going through that shit, was you thinking like, damn, this lawyer shit over with? Like,
yeah, dog, every day. Are you kidding me? Like, I would be waking up like, on the first arrest, I was like, damn, I did this shit when I was in law school. Like, this is
crazy.
What type of choices am I making? Like, this is terrible. You hear about all your friends. They did this when they was like 19, 20, 23, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here like, damn, I'm grown as hell. What the hell am I doing? Keep waking up in jail. This is not cool. Like, and then the second time I was like, whoa, like wake up call, like, whoa, back to back like this. Like, this is, what am I really doing? Like, I had to seriously sit down and have like a coming to Jesus with myself. Like, am I just out here trying to just party and try to just, basically just fuck up all this stuff that I worked so hard for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I put myself in all the right positions. I sacrificed. I worked hard. And then, it's like you wake up and you looking around, you like, damn, I'm in a jail cell this morning. Like, damn, this is terrible. Then you get out. Then you got to deal with all of the bullshit that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? It was a treacherous time in my life, to say the least. But it gave me a lot of time to reflect on what I really wanted and how seriously did I want to take it. I felt like at that point I had spent so much of my life, dedicating my life to trying to get to where I wanted to be, which is where I'm at now, that I probably wasn't doing a lot of, like the partying and the whatever a lot of my friends were doing. I was missing out on a lot of those things. So at a certain point, like, everybody has that boiling over point. You know what I'm saying? Like, the stress is a lot, the everyday monotony of it, the rigmarole of just the day to day, like trying to keep up with this, trying to keep up with that. I'm in law school, I'm working, I'm doing internships. It's just a lot where sometimes the stress levels, boil over. But I'm glad that I had that opportunity to have those things happen then, because it taught me a lot about stress management, where I still, you know what I'm saying? Because the stress levels have only increased since then.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
a constantly super stressful environment where it's just, the phone don't stop ringing, the cases don't stop coming, which is it's all a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to help everybody that calls my phone. I want to be able to do my best all the time. But with that comes, I got to be able to manage those stress levels. I got to make sure that, one thing is not going off rail. I got to make sure that I'm keeping it. But it's good that in a sense, it's good that I went through that. It's, bad timing. But again, never really good timing for that. But whatever the case may be.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't say bad timing. I just say
part of the process.
Yeah.
Period. But it is what it is. At least I overcame that, and I'm not going back.
I think that help out with clients though, to like know that you went through something.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of my clients, I used to, when I first started practicing, hold on, let me fix my headphones. My bad.
Fine.
You good?
Got a little head. All right. So when I first started practicing, I had family members, I would say, not even like my dad and stuff would be like, you sure you want to tell your clients that this is what happened to you and blah, blah, blah. And it took me a minute to think about it, because there was certain other like attorneys and stuff like that knew me and knew what I was going through. And they'd be like, they didn't do it in any sort of condescending way. They did it in a way like trying to help me.
Yeah, protect your...
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Where they'd be like, that's not the most professional way to go about handling a client. You don't have to get so personal with your clients and tell them all of these things about yourself and stuff like that. And so I listened to it, at first when I first started practicing. I was taking all that in. I was soaking it in. But then I started realizing, like, the reason that I opened my own firm and stepped out on my own and did this all based on faith was like, I want to do it my way. And my way is just like, I got to be who I am. And who I am, like, I'm a private person in certain things. But when it comes to me talking to my clients and relating with them, I'm expecting them to be real with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting them to keep it super, super, super 100 with me. So why should it not be that same thing that they should expect of me? Why should I not be able to be super 100 with them? Like, dog, this is what it is. I know it feels like the ship has sailed and your life is over and it's terrible, but it's not. Because I've been there. I've done that. It was a couple of times. Like, we all go through things in life that we feel like we're at our lowest. We're at our darkest. Like, we ain't man, the bounce back is going to be something serious if and when it happens. But when it happens, if you just stay prepared for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can catch that wave when it comes, and then you could just go. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a thing I had to think about, and I had to understand, like, people weren't telling me to not do that based on a place of, like, trying to hate on me or trying to do anything like that. They were just how they would do it, which is cool. But it's just that that's just not how I would do it. I'm not that person. I'm a little bit more open. I'm a little bit more like
transparent.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the type of things I appreciate about other people, like that level of transparency and that level of just honesty, that pure raw honesty. Like, that's that type of thing. Like, I rock with that. That's what I appreciate. So I just always look at that. Like, I want to try to always give people the energy that I would want to receive back, type thing.
And when you do that, they can't use that against you.
Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm owning up to it. I'm telling y'all who I am, like, what it is. So even if you try to use it against me, like, I done dealt with that. Period. I done dealt with that. Like, I don't even care. Say what you want about it. Like, it is what it is.
And that also, that helps you as a someone who's looking for clientele, because you can relate to them. That's like me telling somebody not to sell drugs, and I never sold drugs before.
Right.
Or try to tell them get out the game. I'm like, I don't know the struggle of being in it.
Period.
So therefore, I can't tell you what to do. So I like that you do tell them, because you make them at ease as well.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, also, it's like there's such a stigma that comes with, like, the practice of criminal law. Like, people will always be like, man, how can you defend these criminals? Like, damn, like, how do you have
I had a question about that too.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like people it's a very common question. It's like, man, like, how do you you have all these associations with criminals, but it's so easy to, like, for the government and for society to just, like, throw that tag. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the easiest tag to throw on somebody. It's like, well, shit, at one point I was a criminal. They was looking at me like that was me. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, now look at me. Like, now I walk into a courtroom, they know I'm their equal. Like, okay, I'm right here with you at the table. We sitting here doing the same thing.
With you, and I can go to slums with them. I can do both.
You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever had a case where you was just like, nah, I ain't touching that, fam?
Yes. Hell yeah. And it wasn't even my case. It's like, I remember when I first started practicing, there was an attorney who asked me to cover something for them. So one thing I kind of, like, shy away from, not even shy away from, I take a lot more time to determine whether or not it's the type of case for me. It's those CSC cases. When it comes to stuff like that, and the reality of it is, look, everybody is entitled to a good defense. Anybody can lie on anybody. It's easy to say, this happened to me, that happened to me, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of those CSC cases...
Could you tell us what CSC
is? CSC, criminal sexual conduct. My bad.
I wasn't even going to act like I knew what that was.
My bad.
Child.
That's the first I said, child services?
No. So those are, like, your rapes, your child molestation, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Those are such sensitive cases. Yeah. They're sensitive for the victim, but also for the accused. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a nation where there are so many people that are over prosecuted, that are innocently prosecuted, it's a level of seriousness that you really have to take on a case like that. Because at the end of the day, like, do I want a rapist or a child molester just walking around in these streets? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think any of us do. Like, that to me is like, man, that's more dangerous to me than a cold-blooded murder. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever type of duplicitous actions that you're doing to get out here and gain that trust of a child or that trust of a person that you want to sexually take advantage of, like, that's some seriously, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I want to pick and choose my words wisely, but that's why I'm saying, like, but do I also believe that everyone that's being charged with something like that is guilty? Absolutely not.
Yeah, that happened to one of my friends in high school.
Period.
Like, he, they got caught doing something.
And she said she would. Of course.
See? And it's like the age factor, like the statutory rape thing comes into play. It's so much to it. So those are the type of cases that I kind of tend to shy away from. But I don't want to say shy away like, I would just never do it. It's just that I look at it with such a fine-tooth comb. Like, I just sit there. You look
at it from both perspectives, the victim and the accused.
And the accused. Like, I sit there and pick through it so fine-tooth. But I remember this one time, like, there was this dude who got charged with that. And it was another attorney's case, and they asked me to just go in and fill in for them this one day. So I go in, I fill in for them. It was simple. It was like an arraignment. He just needed to get arraigned. And I went in the back, and I was talking to him in the holding cell. And I went up, and I arraigned him. And then after the arraignment, I went back to just talk to him again real quick.
Can you explain what arraignment is?
Oh, so your arraignment process is... So when you first pick up a criminal charge, you go in front of a magistrate judge to get arraigned. So arraignment just means like they read you what you're being charged with, and you have an opportunity to, well, 9 times out of 10, like, you know what I'm saying, if you've hired an attorney and you're being represented, you're going to stand mute. Standing mute means you're going to enter your plea of not guilty. And then then you move on to your next. See, look at you. No, just
I ain't do nothing though. But I was so scared when he told me I could go to jail. I was like, whatever I got to do to not go to jail, I'm doing.